Hi, this is Steve Walton from Tropic Heating and PatioHeat.com. Today we're going to take a look at this residential application. So here we have the standalone structure. We have 3 open sides completely and then a small section on this back side, so the 4 sides got a small section open. There's 3 different, well really 4 different areas. We got casual seating, dining over here, there's a bar stool over here, and then a little barbecue area over here. Things that we want to watch out for are the stuff like the TV set, and we have a couple of fans up here that we want to be aware of. So let's look at the dimensions. Overall dimensions, on this side we got 20 feet on the outside edge, and then 16 and a half, excuse me, half on the outside, or excuse me, inside. 23 and a half on the outside here, and 20 on the inside. Over here you can see we have a dimension of, at this edge here, 7 feet 11, so let's just call it 8 feet, and then about 10 feet to the ceiling up here. Alright, so let's look at the first option. We have 2 different options here. First option would be having a surface mounted group of heaters. These will be the CD6024, so 6,000 watt 240 volt heaters, and I would definitely in both cases place these on different zones, so that, you know, if you're just using, say, the seating area over here, then you could turn one on, or if you have a group, obviously you could turn them all on, etc. So the heat ray, or the footprint of heat, is going to look something like this. We have nice coverage throughout this space. A little bit missing over here, but if it was a cooler night, you might pull the chairs under the array a little bit closer. Also, I have this about 2 foot of overlapping, so you could move the heaters to the, you know, spread them apart slightly and get a little bit better of coverage, but I wouldn't go more than 12 inches further than what I have them right now. And also is true from left to right here. You got about 2 feet of overlapping here, and you could spread them out a little bit as well. Let's just go ahead and look at the dimensions that I have for the position. So here you can see I have 7, 9, let's call it 7, 8. And then here I have 8 feet. And I'm going to put the clearances here. Now, the clearances are going to be different for, let me just turn this off and turn the ray off for a second. So the clearances are going to be different. I don't have the exact dimensions of the fan itself, but you want 18 inches from this edge of the heater out and down. That's what this little yellow globe here is representing. So we have 18 inches out, and then physically we have 36 inches down, but that 18 inches goes all around the heater itself. So if you were to move the heaters or spread them a little bit further apart, you want to make sure that we're not at this edge here, but it should be plenty of clearance there. So that's the clearance below. Brief look at the clearance above. Let's see if we can get that on there. You can see that we're meeting the clearances here above, no issue whatsoever. 6 inches of clearance all around the heater again. So, so that's the one option. And the second option would be doing something like this, where we have a flush mount. And because this stucco ceiling is existing, you'll probably have to secure the flush mount kit, which is this piece here, to the outside of the stucco, so you wouldn't be able to mount the heater so that you have the flush, a flush finish all the way to the edge over here. You could do that, but it's probably a very difficult option to do. But in any case, it's the same dimensions that I showed you on the other heaters before, and the only difference is they're flush mount. Now, I don't have the actual structure inside here to see you know, where exactly the heaters could be placed, but as I stated before, you can move the heaters slightly left and right and forward and backwards so that you can accommodate any type of construction structural elements in there. You can see here is a 1 hour rated 5/8 drywall that encompasses the area, and that's where the heater itself sits into. The heater, you don't use these brackets, I just have this as my model, but these brackets, the heater would just mount in the flush mount frame, which is, you know, this component right here. So the brackets would fit inside, or the heater would just hang inside of that flush mount frame, and the brackets would not be used, but you need that the 1 hour rated drywall finish. These also are the 6,000 watt units. They're just obviously 6 inches higher, and what that does is gives you a little bit more of a ray. So let's go ahead and put the ray on here. You can see that the ray is thrown over a little bit further because the heater's higher. So, and again, you can move these as needed. So, and again, the clearances below are important that we're meeting. So we want to make sure, like this fan blade here, for instance, is in that ray, and you don't want that. Again, I just don't have the actual dimensions of the customer's physical ray, or fan blade. All right, so those are the two different options. I think you get the seating areas well heated, including the barbecue section, and you know, you would want to definitely place this heater here on the right, and probably this heater here on the left on a dimming system because of the bar stool seating height arrangement. It might be too hot at certain times of the year, and you'd want that to be reduced. And obviously, if you're going to do that, you'd probably go ahead and just put, you know, a dimming system on the whole section. But I would go with 4 zones. That way you can individually heat, turn on, turn off, high, low each section. All right, there you have it. Thank you for watching. If this has helped you, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps me realize that this is assisting you guys out there. And thank you for watching. This is Steve Walton from Tropic Heating and patioheat.com. You have a great day.